This is Then and Now. Just about anyone who's ever traveled down State Street in Bristol can't help but notice the big sign that straddles the street just east of the railroad tracks. It's simply called the Bristol Sign, and the city just celebrated the sign's 100th anniversary. In 1910, the sign was donated to the city by a company called Dartery & Company, who had just bought Bristol Gas and Electric. Back then, the company had a tradition. They would donate a city sign to communities where they operated. So the company hired Greenway Advertising in Knoxville to build the sign and had it shipped by rail to Bristol, where it was erected on top of the Interstate Hardware building. The sign looked much like it looks today, except it had a different slogan for the city. It said, "Push, that's Bristol," referring to the hopes of continued growth and future prosperity for the two cities. The sign was originally dedicated on July 4th, 1910. Towering above the three-story building, it could be seen all the way down State Street. Then in 1915, the decision was made to move the sign from atop the building down to the street level, straddling the border between the two states and, of course, across State Street, representing a bridge of unity between the two cities. "Push, that's Bristol" must not have caught the imagination of the citizens of the Twin Cities, because just 11 years after the sign was first dedicated, there was a contest to decide on a new slogan. The winner? A good place to live. The simple saying said it all and has remained the slogan of Bristol ever since. One of the nice and rare things about our sign here in Bristol is that it predates neon, which came into use in the early 1920s, but our sign is still lit by over 1,300 light bulbs. Nowadays, light bulbs are dependable and last a pretty long while, but can you imagine what a pain it was to keep all those bulbs working at the same time back when the sign was first built? I wonder if that was the reason they changed the slogan. In 1988, our proud old sign was placed on the National Register of Historic Places. This has been Then and Now on BTN TV.